important to Dr. King, one of the very important ones being that he taught all of the changes that he wanted to see should be accomplished through peaceful protest. Right? So Mona?
Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15th, 1929. He lived with his parents, his sister, and his brother in a big house in Atlanta, Georgia.
As Martin was growing up, his family always ate supper together. It was at the dinner table that ML's father and mother taught him to treat all people with respect.
When Martin was 5, he started school.
He went to school without a baptism. He could not go to school with his friends across the street. They were white.
The parents of Martin's friends, the boys across the street, wouldn't let the children play together anymore either.
Martin learned some sad, hard facts. Black people were not treated fairly.
Some places in the United States had laws that kept black people separated from white people. Black people were not allowed to go into many parks, pools, restaurants, and schools.
Martin wanted to change the law. He wanted to make the laws fair for everyone. Martin worked hard in school. He went to college when he was 15 years old. Martin never stopped thinking about how he can make the world a better place. Martin thought about being a doctor or a lawyer, but he decided to become a preacher like his father and his grandfather. While in college to become a minister, Martin learned about a man named Gandhi who lived in the country of India. Gandhi taught the people of his country to use peaceful, non-violent ways to change the unjust laws of their country. Martin began to teach about peaceful, non-violent ways to change the unfair laws here in the United States. On June 19, 1953, Martin Luther King Jr. married Coretta Scott. Together they moved to Montgomery, Alabama, where MLK Jr. had a job as a minister.
At that time in Alabama, black people had to sit at the back of the bus. When white people got on the full bus, black people had to stand up and let the white people sit down. It was the law, an unfair law.
On December 1st, 1955, a black woman named Rosa Parks got arrested because she refused to stand up and give her seat to a white man.
Many people thought this was unfair. They were angry. Dr. King, the elder black leaders came up with a non-violent plan to change law. Everybody would stop riding the buses.
It took a year and a lot of hard work from many people, but finally Dr. King's plan was successful. The law was changed. Black people could sit in any seat on the bus. Martin Luther King Jr. continued to give speeches about peaceful ways to make important changes. One hot August day in 1963, Dr. King gave his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Many Americans shared this dream. In December 1964, Martin Luther King Jr. was given the Nobel Peace Prize in honor of his work for peace, fairness, and justice. Dr. King continued to work to solve the problems of black people. He also worked to help poor people gain their rights. His work made some people angry.
In April 1968, Dr. King went to Tennessee to help a group of garbage workers have fair rights. While standing on a balcony, Dr. King was assassinated.
On Martin Luther King Day, we take time to remember what Dr. King did to make our world a better place. We can try to think of ways that we can live Dr. King's dream each day.
We can all work together for